Welcome, 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 welcome. The time is 8:41 p.m. on Thursday, September 4th. You're watching the most radical stream on the internet, in my opinion. And I'm Ryan, Radical Coder. Give me just a minute here. I'm going to do some announcement stuff. Oh, I can't do that on this screen because I'm in the call. I guess I can hide it for now. Not that it matters. I will, if there are chats, I will see them momentarily. But sound off in the chat when you get here. For the moment, I'm gonna take a second and get things set up. So, bear with me. We are live moderating an abortion debate between Corinth and Speak Easy in about 20 minutes. Smiley face. And I'll pull this up and hopefully not hear myself. Okay. Pop out chat. Oh, I know, baby boy, I know. And Speakeasy just joined the Discord. Good timing, Speakeasy. Oh, baby boy. And already we got Corinth in the chat saying first like button smash. Thank you so much, Corinth. Excited to have you tonight. What's up, baby boy? You wanna come here? You wanna come snuggle? Come here. It's okay. It's okay. We have, of course, my co-host, Umbreon, who is breathing quite hard because he just got back from a long walk, didn't you? Didn't you have a good long walk, huh? What a champion, dude. What a happy dog. Oh my goodness. Wow, yeah, it is you. Latavian with the rut row in Discord. Latavian was the last participant. Last time I moderated an abortion debate back in the day. It was Latavian versus Grace Thorpe. It was a classic debate. Maybe I should re-upload that at one point. That's an old privated VOD. If there's interest, we might bring it back from the dead one of these days. Excuse me, sir. I'm a little busy right now. I'm a little busy right now. You little whiny boy. Oh boy. We're doing on Discord or Discord. My StreamYard. Quota is hit. Yeah, we gotta do it on Discord. No sir. No sir. No, none of that. None of that, sir. Would not be whining all night. Also, I have something exciting to share. Sort of. We'll see if it works properly. Let me see. Let me get my. Is Umbreon pro-choice or pro-life? Umbreon is Umbreon is, of course, pro-choice because he's a smart dog. And he understands the dangers of making abortion illegal. I mean, for the record, I am not a neutral moderator. I will do my best. I'm going to do my best tonight to remain neutral in the conversation, but I am certainly not a neutral moderator. Stop whining. I wonder why we don't see Latavian's chat in this chat here. Let me see. Maybe he just posted those. But I created basically my own version of the like StreamYard little chat highlight thing, which I'm going to show in just a second. Perfect timing, couple of Burks. Okay, so there's two things now. First of all, I can see Latavian's chat here. I see this is cut off, so we can fix that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, buddy. And let me see if I do chat highlight. Is it going to work? We don't see it. Okay, hang on. I see Fuzzy B as well. So two chats to help me test out my oh look. That's not the right thing. Unsaved changes, do you want to keep them? Sure. Okay, I want to share this. Look at that. We can see a couple of Burks. Their live chat says member. This was something I vibe coded last night when I couldn't sleep. So check this out. We've got a couple of Burks. We've got your chat here. It shows you're a member. And if I click on this, we can hop over and we can see Fuzzy B's chat. This is hello. And it says mod and member. Check. Isn't that neat? Isn't that radical? Isn't that kind of radical, y'all? Kind of fancy, huh? Brand new way to interact with the chat. Fuzzy says, I'm not very late for once. So true. So true. You were right on time. You were right on time. In fact, we got about 10 minutes before we get started. Vibe says, big jerk here, but still here. Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate it, Vibe. Totally radical. Yeah, the only issue right now is that when I close out one, excuse you, sir. When I stop showing one of these, we get this like blank screen, but I can always just hide that on Streamlabs. Or on OBS, rather. Let's see. So we went through Fuzzy. Fuzzy not very late. Vibe's a big jerk, but still here. And then Latavian asks, who is taking which position? Well, Speakeasy will be taking the position that abortion should be illegal. And Corinth will be taking the position that abortion should stay legal. I believe that's what's happening. The prompt is abortion should remain legal, or abortion should remain legal. Should abortion remain legal? Something like that. Flezzy's going to share this out. Love that. Thank you so much, Flezzy. Appreciate you. Always doing the most for the channel. Flezzy's the best. Z King says, we moderating tonight? We sure are, Z King. We are moderating tonight. And showing off my fancy new chat highlight feature. Heated about the latest Wick chorus panel. I didn't watch that. I watched Tomfooleries, most of it. I watched most of Tomfooleries, or at least like the first couple hours of it. I thought it was actually a really good discussion for the most part. There were a few parts that kind of annoyed me, but you know. Vibe says killing children or not killing children. Very brave take, Vibe. Very brave take. Very above it all. Also, Mike Ball is here. Great to see you, Mike Ball. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out who all was on the WIC panel. Because I did not watch the WIC panel. Infallible Foul, good to see you, buddy. Man, that debate the other night was cancer. Which one the other night? The one that we're about to redo tonight. Or a different one. But I'm hopeful we can try to stay on the rails tonight. I'm not gonna let them like run off and do do a bunch of personal attacks. And if they want to fight each other, if they want to plan to fight each other, they can do that on a separate stream. I'm not here to organize fight clubs. I'm here to host a debate. You know? Oh, Abe's. Oh yeah, that was rough. I was so triggered. I apologized to Abe, although with the caveat that I think there's some I don't absolve all responsibility from the people I was interacting with being incredibly frustrating to have that conversation with. But yeah, I mean, I was kind of crashing out. If I start using the R slur, which I did in that debate, and I'm not proud of that. If I start using that, I know that I'm like super dysregulated, and I need to. That's a good sign that I need to like log off for a bit and like breathe. That's why I was glad when I think Kokomo donated to kick me back, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna hop off. It's for the best. This is not a good environment for me. I want to have a conversation on stream with you about it if you ever feel down with it and have time. Yeah. Have time on stream, yeah. For sure, Z King. Possibly not. I don't know if it'll be tonight. Because after this, I'm hoping to hop on. I mean, depending on how late it's going, which it'll probably go for a while. I know Joe Lewis is doing a debate, like panel about white privilege on Sarah's. He's saying, I don't know what the prompt is exactly. It's like white privilege is a liberal excuse or something, which I find very interesting. There might be some agreement between us, because I don't think he's coming at that from like a hyper-conservative perspective. And my continued legacy of defense of Joe Lewis has been that he is a critical race theory understander. So it'll be interesting to see what his angle is there. Oh, stop it. Tee-hee indeed. Tee-hee indeed. Corinth and Speakeasy, whenever you guys are ready, hop into like one of the VC chats. We can do like sound check and stuff like that. It was Prime Kai, some guy named Dixter, Hutch, and a few other peeps. Okay. Dixter or Dickers? I know of Dickers. I don't know a Dixter. I really liked Prime Kai Prime Kai's take on all this. He seemed pretty. I really appreciate Prime Kai. You know, I've always enjoyed him. I think he has a lot of leveled takes that are, you know, like further to the left of the liberal consensus, and I appreciate that. It's like a sanity check for me sometimes, you know, because like he like sometimes there's some things that I feel I like. There's some positions I have that I think are a little more vibes based, and I feel like Prime aligns with those vibes, but they're better. He defends them better. What's up, Corinth? Say some words so we can see if my chat can hear you. Oh, they probably can't yet, but hang on. Okay, talk now.
Is it working still?
Should be working now. Probably wasn't working before, but it should be now. Wait, could you not hear me?
I can. Hi.
Oh, okay, you're good. It wasn't an issue with you. It was I didn't have I wasn't sharing the Discord to my chat and everything. Let's see. Latavian says, who or what is Sarah's? Sarah is the Raging Tomato. The Raging Tomato. Sarah the Raging Tomato. Friend of the stream. Is this round 2 or something, or was that not? It was not an official debate. I just had an open panel the other night, and they were fighting, and there was it was very heated exchange, and they organized a follow up this, and we'll see. I'm gonna try to keep it a little bit less heated, or at least heated in the right context, you know.
I do my best.
Yeah, we'll see.
To be nice.
All above the belt,
me, I'm
right?
just nice.
Yeah, of course. Oh, you said you're running the stairs after this? I will if you do too. I'm thinking about it. I mean, it depends, because I want to do we're gonna like read. I'm gonna let people get super chats in, and if you guys have time at the end, and you want to stick around and respond to super chats, I would appreciate that. If people get them in, and we need to, that would be cool. Come here. Umbreon will be moderating the debate as well, so
I love it.
You got to be respectful of my doggo.
I will be extra nice just for Umbreon.
Thank you. Just Michael. I guess I can turn my camera on Discord as well. Let's see if it'll change any issues here. No? Okay, cool. Although I'll probably oh, it does. It fucks with my camera. I don't know why that happens. It's such a weird thing. Like on stream on OBS, like my camera changes whenever I use my camera on a different piece of software.
Are you on Windows?
No, Mac. I'm on a Mac.
Okay.
Maybe that's why.
I know Windows has the option that you can turn it so you can have your webcam on multiple programs.
Interesting. Yeah, there might be some setting like that I don't have on. But if I turn that off, will my camera be better? No, apparently my camera just gets broken from that. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Hey, we're not going to be whining all night, okay? We're not going to be whining all night. You can go rest, okay? You just had a long-ass walk. You're fine. I guess since it's already messed up, I can go ahead and fix my my camera here. No, sir. No. Where's Speakeasy? Not here yet. Hop into Any voice chat when you're ready, and I'll pull you in. Stop it. Stop it. You gotta stop it. Oh, I guess I'm revealing my DMs of Speakeasy right now on stream. Oops. All my sex.
Leaking.
Yeah. Sorry, Speakeasy. I just exposed all of our raunchy discussions in the background. All right, I'm gonna. This time I'm actually gonna close the Discord. So when I click on Speakeasy's name, all right, he said, "Give me a minute." Okay, waiting on Speakeasy. Speakeasy's late to the party. Speakeasy already late to the debate. That's minus 10 points. Tell me more about yourself, Corinth.
Oh, what do you want to know?
I don't know. What do you want to tell me?
I love abortion.
Okay, based. Why do you love abortion?
Because it's fun.
Okay.
Like performing the abortions are fun.
Okay. Is that the position you're taking in the debate tonight? That it's the
No, that's not the position I'm taking in the debate tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Um,
I mean like I said, I am not an unbiased mod in this. I am very much pro the like abortion remaining a legal procedure. But I do think it's a very serious topic, you know, and I find a lot of the debates very frustrating, especially when they lean into a lot of hypotheticals, which I am sure tonight will edge into at least a little bit. I just, you know, it feels like all the time these hypotheticals are kind of avoiding talking about the reality of the situation, which is, you know, that we have people who are making a very difficult decision. And yeah.
I'm one of those philosophy nerds who loves abortion and like abortion and philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the hypotheticals. We're kind of opposites like that.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, live your life, King. Christine says your dog is whining. Yeah, right on cue. Right as I pulled up this chat, Umbreon whines. Yes, good to see you, Christine. Z King says, from what I've seen, there were some things I agreed on, but not all, especially the end. Are we talking about the Wick panel? Great to see you, calm and good. Umbreon, you gotta relax, buddy. Yes, we are modding tonight, indeed. Sir.
Appreciate you modding for us. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, Speakeasy is here. I need to drag him in. And let me try to... What's up, Speakeasy?
Hey.
You want to cam up?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm just figuring out this here. I haven't been on Discord, like, using it correctly in a while.
All good. Wait, can I not, like, drag your... I want to show you guys. I don't want to show myself as much on this. There we go. Okay, you guys are at the top.
Shows me just love. I just switched my camera right now. Let me see. I'm gonna
Yeah.
disconnect and then pull me back in. See if this.
Okay.
This is
Yeah,
it.
no problem. Already running. Already running. Corinth, take your W.
I'm just winning every time.
No. I don't think I've ever seen you cam up. Do you cam up frequently?
Not really. I think most
This is a
people
big-
prefer seeing the cute cats than my face, but
Whatever. You got a handsome face here.
well,
Is this the big
flirting
face
isn't
reveal?
gonna get you anywhere. No, I've been cammed up on the Crucible on Verbal
Okay.
Combat and on Sarah's before.
Okay. All right, let's try again. Speakeasy.
All
We're
right.
back. Uh-oh.
It
Uh-oh.
might
We got the boomer
be
text.
because I'm using the browser version. Here, I'm just gonna switch over to the app. 1 second.
Okay. All good.
My bad.
Epic stuff, guys.
Tech issues. That's an automatic L.
I'm just glad it's not on my end.
I've got a new webcam the other day because I couldn't find this one, and when I was testing earlier, it had really bad tearing, so I had to dig through everything to find this webcam.
Well, I'm glad you found it. What is tearing in this? I don't know webcam tech. What's tearing mean in a webcam?
So it was just cutting in the middle, it was flipping every other second.
Interesting.
Different visuals are coming up. I don't know a good way to describe it.
No, sure, that's fine. That makes sense.
So yeah, I thought ahead. I knew to get my technical issues out of the way before it happened.
Yeah, good call. See, you were quiet for a minute. Now I'm gonna give you a treat, huh? You want a stick to play with? Yeah. Here goes Super Boy. Let's show off to the chat. This is what Umbreon's gonna be chewing on. All right. Enjoy, buddy. And if you donate with super chats or Radical Coder memberships and all that jazz, you can help support the Umbreon Treat Fund. Very important. He is very hungry, very hungry. That's why he's so small. It's because he just doesn't get to eat really. Unless you guys donate.
You lied to us. Last time you said he ate likes. He was very picky.
He also eats likes. Likes help him. They help him eat as well. All right, Speakeasy. Moment of truth.
Let me fix this up here.
No, sir. Aha! Beautiful, beautiful. And let's see. Will you? No, I don't want me up there.
Should be able to. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Perfect. Full screen that. All right. There we go. That should work.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, let me know when you guys are ready, and we can dive into this.
All right. I just want to. Everyone in my chat, you guys can hear it. Everyone here is good.
Testing, testing, testing. Speakeasy's chat. How you doing? How you doing, Speakeasy's chat?
Hello, Speakeasy's chat.
I might actually need to turn you up a little bit.
Do you guys know if there's a way to drag the whenever I'm on camera, it puts me up at the top? I don't want to.
No, not on Discord.
No, okay.
Discord doesn't do that.
It's pure spelling. If you change Speakeasy's server name to be G Speakeasy or something.
Oh, is that how it
goes? Hang on, let's see.
Or if you put yours as Z Radical Coder or something.
Yeah.
It puts you at the.
Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna try to do something like that. No one can hear you guys right now except for me. So, well, I mean, except for on your own stream, I guess. Okay, now I can turn streamer mode back on, and I can come back, and I am now Z-Coder, so you guys are on top, looking beautiful. There we go. Problem solved.
So we didn't decide yet. Do you want to go first, Corinth, or do you want me to go first?
I mean, if I'm taking since it's a sugar abortion and main legal, I'm guessing I'm taking the AF, so I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
Well, hang on. let me do a little introduction first before you guys jump in. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Welcome everyone to one of the first in a long time, radical moderation sessions. I guess I don't know what we'll call these in the future, but we are tonight hosting a debate between Corinth and Speakeasy, and we are the debate topic I believe is should abortion be remain legal, right? And Corinth, you are taking the affirmative that it should remain legal, and Speakeasy is not, is taking the negative. I want to be clear, I am not a neutral moderator in this. I'm going to do my best to moderate neutrally, but I obviously have my own biases. I do believe abortion, I think it's in fact radically important that abortion remain legal. So yeah, that will likely become apparent at some point in this conversation, but yeah, I just want to get that out front. But I'm going to go ahead and let Corinth go ahead with his opening statement.
Sure. I don't think I'm going to take all the time I need for my opener, so I'll cede the rest of it at the end of this. But it's going to be, should abortion remain legal? This is the prompt at hand today and the one I'll affirm. Because the question at hand is a legal one and not necessarily a moral one, I will not be taking a position from the outset related to the morality of abortion. Instead, I'll take the position that's irrelevant, as neither of us exist in a state where legal moralism is the primary jurisprudence. Legal pragmatism, in its normative mode, treats law in the legal realm as a tool useful for social purposes. In our current social state, where trust is degrading and people feel like there's an extreme amount of violent crime, the removal of one of the measures that, according to a study done by Stanford law professor John Donahue and University of Chicago economist Stephen Levitt, was responsible for half of the largest crime and violent crime drop of the past 50 years, would be disastrous. This first reason is my legal theory argument. Now, to help out Speakeasy here, if he wants to ignore this argument and contend that abortion is immoral, therefore should be illegal, he would also need to substantiate why we should hold to legal moralism, or the theory that laws should be reflective of morality. As that's not just the negation of my affirmative view, it would also be an affirmative statement. Without substantiating this jurisprudence, all appeals to immorality would be a non sequitur right off the bat. A second argument as to why it should remain legal is the democratic reason. According to Pew Research in 2022, only 10% of Americans think it should be illegal in almost all or all cases, while 61% support the legalization in most cases. In the pluralistic democracy that we live in, we should not merely accept the tyrannical and authoritarian whims that reject the will of the people in governing themselves. And that's going to be the end of the opener.
All right, Speakeasy.
All right. So first off, thanks to you, Coder, for doing the moderating, and Corinth for showing up. My stance is abortion is murder and should be abolished. When I say abortion is murder, I'm saying abortion ought to be considered murder legally, as it is an unjustified killing of another human life. I know I'll probably be asked at some point my definition of a human life. So a human life is all stages of the Homo sapien organism, from sperm egg infusion all the way up to death. Human life is a new organism containing DNA from both a mother and father human being. So I assume my opponent, well, I did assume my opponent, and probably at some point they're going to try to move to one of these arguments. Multiple arguments that the pro-chasers make. So one of them is the viability argument. The viability argument simply goes that the fetus is not a person or an individual unless they can survive outside the womb. But a 2-month-old baby can't care for themselves. In this sense, they're not viable as well. And there's people that live all the way up into their 30s and 40s that they're so immature they can't care for themselves properly. So we could also call them not viable. So if you make the viability argument, my question would be, why does viability matter? Why is it the case that we say it's legal to kill a baby when they're totally dependent on their mom, but it's illegal to kill the baby when there's other people that can take care of them? I'm not sure how this actually makes sense. The position basically says it's okay to kill babies at their maximum level of helplessness. A lot of animals are viable as well. We got mice. When they're born, they're all viable. But if I ask my opponent if they value the viability of those mice compared to the human, they're going to say, well, they're not human. And this would mean that the criteria is actually being human and not viability. And then why would the human part matter if it's ignored for viability? Lastly, with the viability argument, there's a more fundamental problem. It's just a circular argument. Viability matters because you can survive on your own. And then when I say, why does that matter? They'll just say, you can survive on your own, and that's when you're viable. It's just a circular argument. Another argument my opponent may try to make is the consciousness argument and claim to value or require consciousness or sentience as the driver that separates human from person, and that's what makes it okay with killing babies. The problem with using this argument is to actually know someone is a person without any interaction with said being and saying, hey, are you conscious? We don't actually have an ontological material measurement that you can make to determine when somebody is conscious or sentient with an absolute certainty. Corinth himself wouldn't be able to prove to us with 100% accuracy that he himself is actually conscious and not just a brain in a vat. So his stance of saving consciousness would just demonstrate that he's deciding something on an arbitrary line based on his own feelings, right? The last argument that may come up is female autonomy, right? These free thinkers will say that without abortion, women lose control of their bodies, right? Judith Jarvis Thompson made this case in 1971 with her famous violinist analogy. The way this goes, imagine waking up, you're connected to a sick violinist, and they need your organs for 9 months. Just as you'd be free to unplug from the violinist, she argues that you would also be free to unplug from pregnancy. But the problem with this argument is your abortion isn't just unplugging, it's an intentional killing. So in the Thompson analogy, the violinist dies as a side effect. In abortion, death is the goal. If the child survives, the abortion's failed, right? But if the violinist survives, the detachment would be a success. So the intent is completely different. And real medical cases actually show this. So like a woman with cancerous uterus or an ectopic pregnancy doesn't intend for her child's death. She intends for treatment. The loss is foreseen, but it's not sought after. That's a world difference from abortion where the death is sought after. And the thing with Thompson's analogy, it would actually only work in the cases of rape where the women truly don't consent to it, but this is less than 1% of abortions. So the rest, they come from consensual sex, sometimes failed contraception. So when you engage in sex, you know that there's a natural consequence that can be a new human life, and that life isn't trespassing, it isn't a parasite. It's exactly where it's supposed to be, developing in the womb exactly how it's supposed to. And the parents bear responsibility for the lives they bring into existence. Obviously, pregnancy can be difficult, life altering, but hardship doesn't justify killing innocent life, right? If your neighbor's banging on the wall too loud, you're not allowed to go shoot him just because he's banging on the wall, right? The mother and father also stand in a moral relationship to their child, whether the child is wanted, planned, and even in the cases of rape, where of course this is horrific, the rapist is the guilty person, not the child. So there's nothing there justifying killing the child. So to end this up here, to wrap it up, abortion advocates the death of children. Okay, life begins at conception. Human beings have intrinsic dignity, and parents have obligations to their children. Abortion is wrong not just because strangers shouldn't kill each other, but especially parents have a owing of care and protection to their own kids. The unborn child isn't an intruder. He or she is exactly where they belong, and the government isn't overreaching when it requires parents to protect their children. It's doing its job of protecting innocent life. And I'd love to get into it. All right, let me start with addressing one thing too. You said because you want to talk about
I'm
this
so
in a
sorry.
legal
I'm so
sense.
sorry. My mic was just muted for my chat. So
Oh,
if
this
I could
fucking guy.
just real quick
Go
again.
ahead.
So, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So what I was saying is, if you guys
El
have questions,
moderator.
if I'll moderator. If you guys have questions
False start.
for either debater tonight or the moderator, including why am I such a doofus who muted who muted while I was explaining this, you can donate through super chats, and that's the best way to make sure that your message gets read by me or the moderator. All right, thank you so much. Go ahead with the open dialogue.
Yeah, so I want to just address right quick, just right at the start, because you want to say you're coming this from a legal sense, not moral. But law and morality are inseparable, right? Like every law we have is rooted in the judgment
This
of
is the
something
idea
that
of
is
legal
right or wrong.
moralism, which I brought up in my opener of something that you would have to substantiate as to why this is true.
Sorry.
This is called legal moralism. It's a theory of
Yeah,
law that is a reflection of morality. This is not something that either of us live in a state that holds to. This isn't something that leads the jurisprudence of either Canada or America. So I need to know why you think that this is the case.
like that's what I was saying. That
Yeah, you're
every
saying it is the case, but that's not a reason
yeah,
to believe
every
that it
law
is the
we
case.
have, every law. Okay, well, name a law that we have isn't
Zoning laws,
rooted.
mixed use versus commercial zoning laws. That doesn't seem to be reflective of morality.
It's not in a judgment of what's right or wrong.
Not morally,
Zoning
no.
laws.
It's pragmatic, not moral.
Okay, so just to be clear, there's nothing right or wrong about zoning laws.
In morality, no, it's not immoral for a place to be a mixed use, residential or commercial. You're not like doing something morally wrong by dictating it's
There could
residential
be
over mixed
nothing
use.
wrong by that. So there would be
I don't see a
nothing
reason to believe
morally
it'd be
wrong.
morally wrong.
There'd be nothing morally wrong with mixing, like, let's say, like a pot shop with a walk-in
This has
clinic.
nothing to do with zoning laws. Zoning laws don't say it's a pot shop, it say this is commercial. You can say, well, the pot shop is doing something wrong by projecting to children, but that has nothing to do with the zoning laws.
Yeah, but it's based off what's right or wrong.
The pot shop is, the zoning law isn't. I need to know why you think that if it's mixed use rather than residential, that's something that's immoral. What's the moral quandary there? We might have pragmatic quandaries. We might say, well, this is bad to the economics of the country, but I don't think GDP is an intrinsic good, and I don't think you think that either. So I don't know why we'd say that this is a moral statement rather than just a pragmatic wrong.
So okay, you're right. Okay, I get what you're saying here. Okay, so the difference here, right, is this is a regulation on property use, right? Zoning laws isn't killing innocent human beings, right? So like
I mean, you're just
it's a
asserting that's
it's
an innocent human being at this point.
what?
We grant descriptive this is. This is just showing that's not legal moralism. We don't live in a society that upholds legal moralism as a sole jurisprudence. We need to know why it's a relevant jurisprudence in this specific context.
Yeah, pragmatism guides how we live together. It doesn't guide if we should allow murder or not.
I mean, it
It's not
fully can. You can say
it's
it's
not about it's not about
non-pragmatic for us to
convenience.
allow
It's
murder
not about
because
convenience.
then you could murder me, and I don't want that. It's going against my goals by giving people more incentive to murder me. That could be an entire pragmatic justification against abortion or against murder. But this isn't something that we're arguing here. You're arguing the morality of it, which is legal moralism. You need to substantiate why legal moralism is a relevant jurisprudence in this context.
Because it's intentional killing of an innocent human being.
This is descriptive, not prescriptive, which is what saying legal moralism is a relevant jurisprudence here is saying. It's saying we should hold to this normative standard. You're just describing a thing. This is going to run to Hume's guillotine. You cannot get an ought from an is.
Yeah, right. Again, all our laws, all of them, right? Okay, not all of them, but a lot of our laws and morality is inseparable
What's the substantiation for this?
because it's rooted in judgments about what is right or wrong. Murder,
Not
theft,
more. It doesn't have
assault,
to be moral. It can
fraud,
be
anything
pragmatic.
that's criminalized, it's considered wrong. That's
Just
the
legal.
whole point of
That's
criminalizing.
legal positivism, which is distinct from the idea that we should have laws reflective of our morality, you're saying things that are illegal are immoral. This is backwards from what you're trying to justify here. And even if we say that like some legal positivism is true, that doesn't get you to abortion should remain illegal because it's immoral, because that's a different jurisprudence.
So, wait, just to be clear, are you trying to argue we shouldn't have any laws based off morals?
No, I'm asking why do you if you're making the argument that it's immoral, therefore it should be illegal as the counter to my pragmatic argument of legal
Yeah, I said it's
pragmatism,
murder,
and you're
right? I said
using a
it's
different
murder, right?
jurisprudence. That's
I'm
it's
saying it's murder,
descriptively
right?
not murder under
Murder.
our legal system. So you're adding a prescriptive statement here
Okay.
of we should see it as murder in a
And I
legal
said
sense for it to be relevant.
it ought to be considered murder legally because it
Then you
is
need
an
to make the case.
unjustified taking of a human life.
I gave you the legal pragmatism justification. If you're going to appeal to legal moralism to just say it's unjustified, you then need to substantiate that jurisprudence for this argument to be not a non sequitur.
Okay, so just to be clear, are you disagreeing that it's an unjustified killing of a human
Yeah.
life?
There are multiple senses of justification that can hold to it's justified, including if it's done through evictionism, through the non-intentional killing of the fetus, just the removal of the fetus for killing it is a secondary effect. That would still be considered an abortion under our sense, but a libertarian theory would hold to this not being murder.
So
Because it is justified in this case because you're protecting your bodily autonomy.
Or cancerous uterus.
I'm not sure the relevancy of the question you're making to the argument at hand. Should it be illegal or not?
Because I want to know your reasoning that you want to keep the murder legal, right? That was the
I
whole
don't think
point.
it's murder, first of all.
Okay,
But
this is a
second of
good
all,
way
I gave you in the opening statement. I'm happy to read it to you again. One of the main issues in this is legal pragmatism. That's one of the predominant jurisprudences in the United States and both Canada. If this is held to, we have a large pragmatic reason to support this, insofar as it seriously lowers crime rates, as shown through the study that I referenced in my opener. And this is going to be relevant because we're at a time of increasing distrust and increasing worry about crime. If we're going to be increasing crime rates, that's something that's very anti-pragmatic in a legal sense. So if you're saying it's still immoral, we should hold to legal moralism instead. We need to justify that jurisprudence. We need to get that ought statement there, so we're not just running into Hume's guillotine repeatedly.
Okay, so you want to know? Do you want me to answer to you again why we should value human life?
No, I want you to answer to me why legal
That's my
moralism
argument,
it should be the relevant jurisprudence. I'm sorry if that wasn't clear for the 7 times I said that.
No, I'm asking you why you're obfuscating here to ask my reasoning of why we should value morals over pragmatism.
I'm not sure
When
in what sense you would think
you're
that
supposed to
talking
be.
about legal theory in argument on if abortion should remain legal is
It's
obfuscation.
definitely gonna
I
work
don't
when
know
you
how you're
actually
getting
go
to
by
that point. So can
sentence.
you explain to me the thought process there of how asking the relevant legal philosophy in a discussion on the legality of an action is obfuscation?
Okay, so you're saying I've told you already that law and morality is inseparable because
That was a
our
nice claim.
laws are
We've shown a
rooted
case where it's
our laws
separable.
are
So
rooted in
this is shown to be
judgment
not true.
of what is
You've
right
shown
and
this to be
wrong.
not true
Okay, yeah,
through zoning laws.
can you let me
Yeah,
talk or
We've
let's
already went
speak
down
easy.
this line.
Hang
You've
on,
shown
Gordon.
this.
Let's speak easy.
okay,
Finish
well,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me tell you why that you should value the moral the morality legal moralism over your legal pragmatism is because your legal pragmatism is just like this really like uh non-foundational due to change at anyone's feelings where that when we go to it's non-negotiable the baseline when it comes to morals. It's a non-negotiable thing where this pragmatism thing it's very negotiable, right? We can negotiate now that killing a 3-year-old up to 3 years old we should be able to abort babies because you know what, Kids are expensive. And if some woman is going through hardship and financial hardship and her man's left her, she should be able to just smother her baby in her sleep. It's pragmatic, but it's not fucking moral. And that's why we should value legal moralism over legal pragmatism. Now, do you want to tell us why you want to kill babies, or do you want to keep going over this same question?
I want to go over the jurisprudence again. So all you did was say, hey, I don't like this thing. That's not an argument as to why this should be held in regards to the legality. I let you talk for as long as you wanted. Can you please let me finish my sentence?
That's not what I said, though. So
can you please let me finish my sentence? I let you talk for as long as you wanted.
Yeah, just let him respond.
Okay.
I know. Yeah.
So legal.
Weird when you were just interrupting me again, so whiny about it.
Yeah, and then I was told not to. I let you. I let it happen. So when we're talking about the idea of legal moralism here, that you just keep reasserting, we should hold to. I've shown you cases that it's not reflective of in law. You haven't shown us reasons that are showing that this is reflective in law. I can give you in any law you're giving me a pragmatic reason for us to hold to that would substantiate legal pragmatism. And yes, legal pragmatism does reject large-scale foundationalism in law. It's the idea that just these a priori, because it works, because I said so, this kind of justification isn't actually justification. The axiomatic idea of, well, this thing is the way it is not a good reason for law to function that way, because it runs into Hume's guillotine, because it doesn't tell us how it should act.
Okay, let me try this again. All right. Legal pragmatism alone could tolerate murder, theft, rape, oppression, all in the sense of convenience. Having slaves build all our shit for us was really fucking pragmatic, was it? But it wasn't really moral, was it? And that's why we changed that shit. Okay, so you sitting here saying we should value legal pragmatism over legal moralism because you just like it better, and saying I'm not giving you actual reasonings is fucking retarded. Pragmatic laws are flexible, moral laws are non-negotiable. That's the difference. That's the reasoning. No amount of pragmatism makes any fucking murder acceptable.
Sure, so this is just a non sequitur. The rigidity of a thing doesn't dictate if a thing is the thing we should hold to. I can tell you, hey, my whim standard of legal Corinthianism, where whatever my whims dictate, are the thing we should hold to. And that's not rigid. We can't discuss what I hold to, because if I tell you I hold to this, that's what I hold to. That's not a compelling reason to hold to legal Corinthianism over legal pragmatism. The idea that this thing can't be changing, therefore we should make all laws based on it, is just a complete non sequitur. What's the connection?
That laws shouldn't be changing.
Why should laws not be changing?
Without a unchanging laws, it comes nothing than a rule on a paper that was written down. It allows many injustices in the name of pragmatism. All right. Again, it can tolerate murder, and not only in the case of abortion. We could say, you know what? All the dudes that are, fat like you, we should take them out because they're taking up too much oxygen in the air. And all the dudes that have workout shit in their room, they're kind of gay, we should take them out too. You know why? Because we don't want them here, and it's more pragmatic for us. And there's more of us. So fuck them.
Notice how much of a straw man this is right now.
No, it's not a
this is a complete and unrelated argument. So again, I'm going to re-ask the question that he dodged there. What's the reasoning that we should say rigidity is something that we should hold to? He didn't answer as to why we should hold to rigidity of a thing. He just said, I like this thing. We want to hold to this thing. He's just saying, I want this thing. That's all he's saying here. It doesn't matter.
One at a time.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, then what's the reason we should value rigidity in law?
Now you want to know why we should value rigidity in law?
That was your statement. The thing doesn't change, so we should use this jurisprudence.
Right.
That was your standard, Speakeasy.
If we can pull back. Let's pause. Let's pause.
It doesn't allow injustice to flourish. And then I went on to explain how pragmatism would tolerate murder. Legal moralism doesn't.
You didn't explain how it tolerated
are you
murder. You gave a
listening?
straw man
All
for
of
how
this to get
you
away
think it
from
could tolerate
you
murder.
All right, all right,
That's
all right.
not the
I want to
same
take 1
thing.
second. I want to take 1 second. I want to take 1
Your
second. So
only
it seems like
reasoning that
hang
we
on, speakeasy.
allow abortion is it's pragmatic. That's
Right.
your only reasoning.
Can I ask, so it seems like there's this discussion about the rigidity of laws, right? So as I see it, I mean rigidity could equally be a flaw in laws. Like if the laws were consistent, like from your worldview, like if the laws were consistently that that abortion was legal, that would be rigid and it would be unchanging, but it would still be immoral from your view. So I maybe is that I think that's maybe like part of the issue that I think we're running into right now, perhaps.
The main thing is he's using rigidity as a positive. I'm not seeing any connection to positive. He's giving some applications in which rigidity might be a positive, but that's not saying rigidity itself is a positive. That's just saying these particular things are good.
Yeah. So and then rigidity, right? It's about protecting a fundamental right consistently throughout. That's what it is. Do you not think we should have rights at all?
I don't see how this is relevant to the scope of the argument.
Oh, you don't? Oh no, you just
No,
want to.
I don't.
Oh, I get it.
So
I get
maybe
it.
I'm not connecting it,
What you
Speakeasy.
wanted
Can
to
you
do
connect me how a
obviously
debate on
no
rights
reason
themselves
why we should
as a
kill babies.
category
That's
is related to this?
yeah, the
Action?
law isn't a suggestion, buddy. It's not something you just get to think, oh, well, I kind of like this now, but I'm not going to like it later. It's not a suggestion. That's not what
So we
laws
should.
fucking
So as
are.
we get better cars, we shouldn't
Protecting the
adjust
innocent.
speed limits.
The whole reason we have a government and the whole reason we have laws is to protect the innocent. And if we compromise on that for your pragmatism, that a bunch of
Again,
innocent
legal
people go dead.
pragmatism is held very often in both of our countries. This is how the jurisprudence is. This is how normative jurisprudence also operates. What
Yeah,
you're
we
saying
also have
is, I've already given you the case of zoning laws.
saying we
I've
do
already
this
given you
thing,
the case of
doesn't matter.
zoning
We
laws,
also have
Speakeasy. So
moralism.
we can look at how moralistic and rigidity functions in law. How should we, if we have a case of a place that they bought on Main Street in the 1980s when it was mixed use zoning or residential zoning because the town was smaller. As people kept moving into the town, they ended up needing more places. And that Main Street became a commercial, bustling place. It's now New York, not New Amsterdam. Should we change that house given the new circumstances from residential zoning to either mixed use or commercial zoning? Or should we have the two skyscrapers next to it while it's just a little duplex there?
Like asking me about the pragmatic thing here.
I'm asking you about the standard that you're putting forward that laws should be unchanging. I'm showing you where directly it fails and why legal pragmatism, the idea that we should care about the context around it, is successful in accounting for.
Protecting innocent life, yes, they should be unchanging, yes.
Okay, what's the argument that it's innocent, Speakeasy?
What's the argument that it's innocent? Well,
Start this.
do you know the definition of innocent?
Not the one that you're using now.
Okay. So free of sin.
Okay, so it doesn't have original sin?
It's done nothing wrong or
So it doesn't have
harmful.
original sin?
Even in
Just to be clear.
Just
to be clear, it doesn't have original sin, right?
And worldview of what innocent would be, it hasn't done anything wrong or harmful.
So again, just to be clear, it does not have original sin, right?
Crime.
Right, Speakeasy, it does not have original sin.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into a religion.
You said it's free of sin. If it has original sin, it's not free of sin by definition.
Are you going to just keep doing everything to get away from the debate?
No, I'm directly addressing the statement you put forward that it had to be free of sin. It's innocent because it's free of sin. I'm putting forward. Hey,
one at a time.
All Catholics, the Catholic view then would be abortion is good under your view. Protestants would view abortion is good under your view because they're not innocent. They have original sin.
Okay, let give Speakeasy the floor to respond to that.
They haven't done anything wrong or harmful. I'll use your. I knew you would do that because this whole thing is going to be about you getting away from actually defending a stance. But go ahead.
So use wrong or harmful. Okay, so they're doing something harmful insofar as they're violating bodily autonomy. That is something both wrong and harmful. under most theories of justice and most theories of morality.
They're not violating. Nope.
If the mother doesn't want them in their body, is that not violating her bodily
choose to be
autonomy,
there.
Speakeasy?
No, they didn't choose to be there. They didn't break into
Where
the
was the
woman's
choice
room.
to
That's
violate
not how
bodily
it-
autonomy?
that's-
It was
that's-
they're doing harm, not they're choosing to do harm.
No, the
The standard you
bodily
put forward, they're doing harm, not they're choosing to do harm. You want to change the standard there.
if I said they haven't done anything wrong or caused harm, you didn't think I meant intentionally? You thought
I have no reason to think that because you asserted that was my definition of it. And under my definition, that wouldn't be the case. I don't think someone not choosing to do harm makes it any less harmful or them any less responsible. I think accidents are still bad and that you bear responsibility if you're drunk driving, despite the fact that you are not intentionally trying to crash into that family of four.
Okay, but the whole
I
thing
still
is
think
that
that's bad.
human life starts in the womb, so they didn't like come. They're not somewhere they're not supposed to be. Like this isn't a
What makes them
parasite.
supposed to be there? What's the definition of supposed to be somewhere?
That's how the human organism works.
This is just a naturalistic fallacy. This is a
After
naturalistic fallacy.
This is a naturalistic fallacy.
Yeah, you're implying it should be the case because naturally they get to be there. That's how the human body works, is the natural part. And they should be where they should be is the normative part. You're connecting the natural function to the normative function. That's going to be a naturalistic fallacy, Speakeasy.
What should be happening? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm addressing the fallacy you just put forward.
It's like
I'm trying to explain it to you.
Thing you're doing though. It's like
I'm addressing the statement you just made. I don't know how that's obfuscation. Maybe you're using obfuscation in a really weird way where it's saying things relevant to the conversation. If that's the case, I'm not using that proprietary definition of what you're doing. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. So, like, is this all you wanted to do the whole time? Is try to, like, just do the definition thing?
I wanted to talk about legality of abortion since that's the prompt you put forward. You didn't say something about the morality. You said the legality. So I tried to bring us to the legality of it, and you refused to go to the legality of it. So I'm just letting you walk away from that, and we're going here.
I'll wait till you're done. When the question is, should it remain legal, and you say yes, that means you have to tell us why it should remain legal.
Yeah, I gave you both the jurisprudence to function. I gave you both the jurisprudence. Okay, I'll reread my opener. I'll reread my opener for you, Speakeasy.
You don't need to reread your opener. If you're just going
to say
apparently. Because we use
legal pragmatism in its normative mode treats law in the legal realm as a tool for useful social purposes. In our current social state, where trust is degrading and people feel like there's an extreme amount of violent crime, the removal of one of these measures that, according to the study done by Stanford law professor John Donahue and University of Chicago economist Stephen Levitt, was responsible for half of the largest violent crime drops of the past 50 years, would be disastrous. That was a reason. Secondarily, I gave a second reason. To do a second argument as to be remain legal is the democratic reason. According to Pew Research in 2022, only 10% of Americans think it should be illegal in almost all or all cases, while 61% support the legalization in most cases. In the pluralistic democracy that we live in, we should not merely accept the tyrannical and authoritarian whims that reject the will of the people in governing themselves. Those are two reasons I gave to substantiate my view, and you wanted to fight on everything other than those, Speakeasy.
All right.
Now that I repeated them, I hope you're going to get it.
Speakeasy, you have the floor to respond to that.
So your one argument is appealing to ad populum, right? You know, your bandwagon fallacy here. Now you're going to have to tell us why we should. Why should we care about the ad populum? And then the first part there, again, when you're saying, well, because mostly this is what we use. Again, appealing to the ad populum. So if your whole argument is, well, this is because what most people want, I have to ask you, my friend, if most people wanted it so we could rape all the women, would you say that's what we should do?
If we were existing within a democracy, that would be what was passed as law. I don't think that this is something that can obtain. I think this is a counterfactual to how people act in. I directly did. I directly answered that. If you heard the first sentence I said.
Yes or no?
I directly answered the first sentence I said. Now I'm going to finish my sentence. Now, again, this is not a bandwagon fallacy because specifically in pluralist democracies, laws as a function are things
Yep.
that are the will of the people. This
you
is
wanna
not
get away
a more
I'm just gonna ask you the
bandwagon
same
fallacy
question.
because it's related to
gonna
the
ask you the
system
same
that's being used there, and which is necessarily invoking the count of how many people do. Now, if we want
Right.
to go back into the first case that you said, that wasn't a bandwagon fallacy, that wasn't ad populum, because I'm not saying most people do this thing. I'm saying this is how our legal systems descriptively function. This is how they normatively function
This
as
is how
well.
we do
If you're
it.
going to
This
say
is
we
how we
use a,
do it, so
we
this
should
is
use
how
a,
we should do
if
it.
you're saying we should use a
A
completely different
retard
set
argument.
of legal
It's a
systems,
circular argument.
that's
This is
your
how we do it,
justification
so
to
we
put
should do it
forward.
this way.
Again,
Corinth,
if you
give-
want to say we should,
I know.
Okay, bro, just keep
yeah,
talking because it'll waste more time, dude.
now, I
know
say a
that's what
lot
you
of
wanna
things that
do,
matter.
right?
You don't say
Try to
anything
run
that
away
matters,
fucking
Speakeasy.
debate
That's
last
why I talk
hang on,
more
okay.
than you.
All right,
how you
let's
do it now. Everything
Speakeasy.
to avoid actually fucking debating.
What was
your
the- oh,
your
sorry, go
first argument is circular, okay? You're saying this is how we do it, so this is how we should do it. Retard fucking level argument, okay?
If I can ask, my only request, one request for me on my channel. I just don't like the Arsenal very much. If we could not use that as much.
We can change this right
So
now
you
to a
can't
2-on-1 if you'd like. You can hop in.
I'm just asking you not to use the Arsenal. I'm not arguing any points. Like, relax.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's just for me. I just don't. I myself am trying to stop using it, so it's just something I'm trying to not encourage on my channel. But it's just it's just a. I'm not arguing.
Because we're on your channel, Coder. I'll respect the words you don't want me to use.
I appreciate that. But Karen, you had a yes or no question for him, right? What was the question you were trying to get specific yes or no? What was that question?
Yeah.
Can you reiterate?
I'll ask it in a way it'll address both your arguments. Because if you want to be consistent, you have to say yes to this. If it right now was the case that we were allowed to just rape all the women and children, also, it was the case most people wanted this. Would you argue that we should have it like this?
Under a pluralistic democracy, yes.
You would argue that we should have it like that?
Under a pluralistic democracy, yes. I don't think democracy would obtain in those cases. That's the issue. I would argue that we should not be having a democracy in that case.
Most people want it. We should.
Yes, Speakeasy. I would be arguing against democracy in that case. And I actively would be if this were the will of the people, saying we should not be having a democracy with those people. That's the argument that would be put forward there. Not just saying, well, I don't like that. That's a complete issue of the system we are in. If you want to reject the system we're in, if you want to fundamentally change the system we're in, that's a fine thing to argue for, Speakeasy. But you need to make that argument.
Good way to run. Your argument is, this is the way we do it, so we should do it this way, and most people want it this way, so we should do it this way. I gave you actual arguments on
within the system.
I just have.
You haven't given an actual argument.
I value human life.
You constructed strawmans of what I would put for morality, and then you
shouldn't have abortion.
Goes down. I don't hold any of those.
What's your argument to that?
Which one?
Nothing.
Which one?
Right.
To which?
Human life is valuable.
Oh, your personal opinion doesn't matter to me. Your personal opinion doesn't matter to the law, Speakeasy. What you personally want does not matter to law.
It would if it was most people's personal opinion, though, huh?
In a pluralistic democracy, yes. That's descriptively how the system works, Speakeasy.
Yeah, I know it's descriptively, but this is a should argument, right?
Should it happen in the law? Should we legally change it?
So you're saying
this isn't should we keep this legal system we have now? This isn't a debate of should we destroy the United States government.
This idiot earlier
said. This is not an argument relating to destroying the United States government. This is obfuscation. This is obfuscation.
What's going on here?
This is obfuscation. He's saying we should destroy the U.S. government. That's all he's advocating for, and he won't argue this.
When you guys are both talking, no one can hear anything. So you gotta like.
This is entirely obfuscation.
You guys are still doing it. Wait. Okay. Wait. What? Where? Okay, I'm gonna let Speakeasy go. Why don't we take a step back? Speakeasy, do you wanna what's your what's like the core claim that you want to focus on moving forward, and then Corinth, I'll let you do the same thing, and we can kind of go from there. What's the biggest issue you have right now?
I mean, again, what's happened here is his arguments is the first one's circular, the second one's appealing to the ad populum, and then he doesn't have an actual reason of why we should do those things. And then he said earlier, you can't get the ought from an is, but his oughts are from the is. So what is he talking about?
What are you talking about, Corinth?
Okay. So this is entirely obfuscation, non sequitur. So again, what I'm talking about is should this thing remain legal? And I'm arguing that within America, yes, it should remain legal. Because in America, we have a pluralistic democracy. That's why this is not an ad populum fallacy. I'm appealing to democracy, which does inherently value, which we do have, and this does inherently value the will of people. That's not deriving it merely from people believe it. This is deriving it from a system that affirms that we are in, that affirms that the will of the people should happen. This is why it's not a bandwagon fallacy. This is why it's not an ad populum fallacy. Now, the first case is not circular because, again, I'm talking about our legal systems that we exist in. In the legal systems we exist in, abortion should remain legal because it's not legal moralism. If Speakeasy wants to argue against the systems we live in, I'm happy to argue with those things. We can engage in that argument. But he's not willing to do this. He's only willing to. I let you talk, Speakeasy. I let you talk. I let you ramble. I'm gonna ramble too, buddy. I'm gonna yaponomics my way too.
Land the plane, Corinth, and then let Speakeasy respond.
So again, I want to talk about should this remain legal. Now, if we want to say we should just reject our current legal system, that's fine. But we then need to argue what's the new legal system we should affirm.
Yeah, so you're rejecting that we don't use legal moralism in our legal system right now. That's just plainly not true. Again,
I'm affirming that this is not jurisprudence we
would still be legal if that was the case. Okay? The whole thing is each man created equal under God. Each man created equal.
Every man created equal under God. Was slavery allowed under that, Speakeasy, or are you doing a non?
Right, but it got changed under that.
You're doing a non-herring. You're doing red herring, right?
Didn't it?
You're just throwing out irrelevant information.
Wasn't that one of the reasons it got changed?
I'm sure there are abolitionists who advocated for it under moral grounds. This is not the sole reason that this was happening.
Right.
In fact, we can look at the Dred Scott case. One of the two dissents in the Dred Scott case was arguing that descriptively, this is not true. That descriptively, it's not the case that people were banned from being
You guys are both talking. No one can hear.
What's the pragmatic thing that we don't just kill off the fucking bums? Why are we holding seniors in the fucking senior citizen homes? Why during fucking COVID did we not just ice all those old people out? Why did we care so much about the old people, you dumb fuck?
Corinth, why do we care about old people?
Moral. So when he was talking about us obfuscating earlier,
this is a great example. Why we care about old people.
So I'm happy to explain that in a second. But when he was complaining about me obfuscating earlier, we're talking about legal theory. When we're talking about the legality of an action, he's now crying about why we should care about old people. This is a direct obfuscation. Now I'm going to give a pragmatic case. I'm going to give the pragmatic case as to why.
Let him make his reply. Let him make his reply. Right.
Now, the very simple legal pragmatism case that's going to affirm this is that these people do have the interest in this through their entire lives. People are not going to want to be in a system where their parents are going to die. They're going to be fine with these actions. These are things that they have interests in. This is a legal pragmatism justification for all of these actions. Speakeasy has to rely on the most gross straw man in getting off topic because the prompt he put forward about should abortion remain legal, he doesn't want to talk about the legality of.
All right,
the whole point, okay, you're actually stupid. I've already mentioned how our laws are linked to morality. It's
you failed to justify that, which is what I've been trying to argue with you the whole time.
Corinth, let Speakeasy respond.
Help you. Maybe you'll lose some weight. Keep talking. Yeah, okay. So again, theft, assault, murder, all of these things, keeping fucking old people alive in the old homes when we were running out of fucking medical supplies. All these things are not laws under pragmatism.
I literally gave you the pragmatic justification. You have four they gave you, and you dumb fuck. Did you forget that part?
more, you goofy.
Did you forget what I gave you the pragmatism justification for it, Speakeasy? Are you this drug brained? Did your brain get destroyed this much through the heroin? You reject.
All right,
You
that's your reply to the fat allegations. All right, so we're back to the neutral ground of not ad homing each other.
Lay off the drug addled thing, because I'll bet you money I've done less drugs than you.
I've done no drugs, Speakeasy.
I'm sure.
I don't do drugs. You
All
can
right,
ask
well,
literally anyone.
Instead of we're not here to debate who's done the most drugs. I've done plenty of drugs myself. I'm not anti-drug.
I just don't do drugs. I literally do not do drugs. I'll have a beer every now and again. That's the closest thing I'll do to drugs.
Anyways, your whole thing of our system right now is only based off of legal pragmatism is just a false premise.
I didn't say it's only based on legal pragmatism.
And you telling me that I have to address it by a legal pragmatic sense? I don't.
No, I didn't.
I don't.
I explicitly gave you in the open. I'll reread that for you again. Now, to help Speakeasy out here, if he wants to ignore this argument and contend that abortion is immoral, therefore should be illegal, he would need to substantiate why we should hold to legal moralism specifically. Again, I explicitly described to you how you cannot have to follow legal pragmatism and still make an argument against this, because I didn't think you would be able to figure it out. And despite the fact that I'm telling you this before, I'm telling you this now, you still aren't going to figure it out.
I think you think you're like a lot smarter than you are.
Yes, I do think that.
Yeah. I know you do. That was the problem.
Yes, most people do actually, Speakeasy.
I know this. That's
They're also correct.
Mistake.
They hold true beliefs, unlike you.
That's most people's mistake when they debate me. All right? They think like that, and then they realize they don't actually have any arguments.
Can you give any argument that's relevant to the topic at hand, or you're going to do another non sequitur?
Again, I said the law isn't just a suggestion.
You're making an assertion.
The framework for
You're making an assertion. You need to substantiate the assertion.
Okay, well, then are you saying it's not that?
That the law isn't just a suggestion? Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not.
The law isn't a framework for protecting innocent?
No, it's not. Again,
really?
Zoning laws. Zoning laws are a case where you're not protecting innocence through these laws.
I didn't say all laws.
Well, you're making a categorical statement about laws functioning in this way. And I'm giving you the defeater for this, and you're still affirming it.
Our legal moralism outweighs our pragmatic laws in all senses.
In all senses. I said case, not sense. I said case, not sense. Can you listen to the statements being made? That might help you address an argument.
Let me finish my sentence, Corin.
Yeah, let him finish.
I was saying sentence. You fucking retard. Holy fuck, man. Sorry.
It's all good.
I
do it too. Like I said, I'm trying to stop, but I hear you.
Like this is just like so low tier way to not actually debate.
Talking about the jurisprudence of the law and trying to stick to the law in a legal argument is low tier to Speakeasy. Everybody, this is the right wingers that is going to save conservatism in the world.
If you compromise someone's right to life for pragmatism, then you justify murder in many other cases.
This is what the entire military is.
All right, you're just going to keep talking while I talk. Right?
This is the military. The military.
Go ahead. Hang on, Corinth. Speakeasy, finish your thought.
Hey, goof, bro.
Go ahead. You can land your plane. I got you.
He's just this whole point of what he's doing here is just to waste time, right? He didn't actually want to debate. He's a smug little fucking punk, and this was the whole point of this, right?
Yeah, and you are a criminal, Speakeasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to make a bet about that? How much you want to bet? I'll pull my own criminal record, but if I have nothing on there, you owe me $1,000. You want to make that bet right now?
No, I don't like making $1,000 bets. That one's for the boys in the Crucible crew who know. If you know, you know. Okay?
Exactly, you stupid bitch.
If it was for not $1,000, I might do it. But if you know, you know. Okay?
If it was how much?
So again.
How much?
It was an inside joke, Speakeasy. I know you don't get that because you don't have friends. So again, now to go back to the argument, because Speakeasy wants to...
Your friends online aren't your friends. Okay.
Can we get back to the topic, or Speakeasy going to
Yes,
do the deflection?
I would actually like that as well. If we,
I'm not the one.
So again, you directly are. You are moving it off topic. Now again,
No,
I'm going to go and address the previous statement.
You both were. You both. Hang on. You both were moving it off topic there, which whatever. But we can recenter now. All right, we can recenter.
I'm going to address the previous statement. Speakeasy put forward that if we're going to sacrifice innocent lives for pragmatism, then that's going to justify murder. This is what the United States military does. The United States military says to our young men and young women who serve on the front lines that your life is going to be put forward to protecting the nation. We're going to protect some pragmatic ends here, and if you die, you are going to die with respect, and we are going to respect the men and women who serve our armed forces. Now, because of this, we are showing that in our current case, we are willing to put people's innocent lives in jeopardy and get them killed for some pragmatic political gain of protecting our country. This is showing that this is descriptively the case. Speakeasy's argument is going to just be rejecting reality.
Okay, let's Speakeasy make his argument. Yeah.
It's a moral argument. It's to protect other human lives, you fucking moron. Okay? It's actually a legal moralism argument you just made. Stupid. And in every case that you can ever think of, the moral part will outweigh the pragmatism. That's why you got people tent cities running through all these cities now, bums in the streets, shitting there. Nobody's doing nothing about it, and taking them out. We're not bringing them out behind the barns. All the old people that we're keeping alive in the hospitals and in the old folks' homes for years and years, when they can't do nothing, they can't even wipe their own asses, but it's so pragmatic you think to keep them alive? No, it's not. But we do it because it's the moral thing to do. Okay? It was pragmatic to keep old people alive when we lived as hunter and gatherers. Now it'd be a lot more pragmatic to ice them at 80. Okay? But it's not what we're doing, are we? Because it's not the moral thing to do. Now give me a reason
either of
that
those plans.
you think pragmatism outweighs morals. Show me any other case that we do that with the law. Okay, don't say
I gave you the first two. Now I'm going to give you the third. I'm going to give you a third example. You want a third example?
Shut up.
Wait.
Right?
No, you want a third example? I'll give you a third example of our pragmatism.
Let me finish.
Hang on, Corey. I think I'm gonna let Speakeasy finish. Go ahead.
I want you to give me an example of when we outweigh the morals for pragmatism. And you can't say the military, because that's not what's happening. You're using life to protect life. That's not what it's morals. It's not pragmatism. So go ahead.
Okay, Corinth, you have the floor now.
There are two cases. So, two cases. One of them is going to be low residential speeding laws. When we have these things, we're not protecting life, as these aren't places where people are going to be walking across the street on. There's not going to be doing any of these things. We're doing this because it causes more economic damage to people. Our highway speed laws were based on carbon emissions. That's why we have this, because it's more optimal for carbon emissions, insofar as it makes it more pragmatic for us to be able to supply the oil needed to drive these cars. We have these laws in place for this reason. Now, to go back to the argument he put forward against the military, we're not doing it to protect life, because we're not just engaging in defensive wars. We're going on offensive wars, things like the Operation Gulf Coast, things like the Vietnam War, the Korean War, things like Afghanistan, or it might have been Iran or Iraq. One of them was somewhat relevant, one of them's not. When we keep going through all these wars that are not being done to protect lives, we're explicitly showing we're not trying to protect lives in this, because we're going out and shooting
about your
people.
opinion.
I let you ramble.
Let him finish.
Now, because you wanted to interject with something stupid,
I care about both your opinions.
I'm going to also address the interjection. He's saying no one cares about my opinions. Has Speakeasy substantiated a single claim he's made, or has he only just asserted things as true and taken them for granted? He's asserted his opinion and said, hey, we need to take these things as true. And I've only asked him, hey, can you back up that claim? Can you give us some reason to hold to the moral jurisprudence you're putting forward?
I even used your argument. You said this is how our legal system
You
works.
didn't.
This is how we should do it.
You,
And
I
showed
gave you
that
the
right now
reason
in our
why we
legal
protect
system.
old people. Speakeasy.
Right now
the
in our
one you
legal
asked for.
system.
You asked for why pragmatism would
Keep
protect
yelling.
old people. I
Keep
give
yelling.
you the reason, and you
Shave some
don't
of those
address
pounds
it.
off,
You
buddy.
just reassert that it's wrong because you can't argue. Speakeasy.
Proud of you. Putting them donuts down, I see.
I'm proud of you.
Right.
You're putting them heroin pipes down.
Yeah.
Your veins. You're just
Only
injecting it
difference
right
is
into your
I have
veins.
never
All right,
done
all right.
heroin.
Going into your
You
bloodstream.
The jabs are done. Back to the.
Speakeasy. You are so drug riddled that your blood type is
You
hepatitis.
are fat though, right?
Your
That's what's
blood type is
different.
hepatitis C.
All right. Good, great jabs,
Anyway,
everyone. Nice memes, but let's focus it back on this jurisprudence issue, right? Like, what exactly is the disagreement here about jurisprudence? Speakeasy, do you want to start with that?
I mean, we've said it over and over and over again. Laws are linked to morality, right? If there's laws that are pragmatic that have nothing to do with morals, yes, we make these laws. But if there's something that would be morally wrong but pragmatic, we don't do it. We don't put the pragmatism above morals. That's just not how it works. Or else you'd be allowed to steal when you were fucking homeless because, it's pragmatic to let the homeless person eat, right? We're keeping them alive. Apparently you think it's pragmatic to keep those homeless people sleeping on the streets, contributing nothing to society, taking everything from society, shitting in the streets, breaking into people's houses, drugs, all of that. You think this is pragmatic for society, clearly,
Corinth,
right?
How do you respond?
Yeah, so these are all trivially pragmatic for society.
Why can't we fuck dead bodies?
Hang on, Speakeasy.
Why
Let him respond. Let him respond, please.
Like,
Please. Let him
this
respond.
is
Why can't we fuck our dogs?
Speakeasy.
so there is a
no one's fucking my dog.
very
all right?
high correlation
Why
between
can't you?
impulse
Why can't
control
Porter
and low IQ.
fuck
You
his
can
dog?
see the correlation
Speakeasy.
in real
Let him-
time
let him
as
go.
when it's the other person's time to talk, this one doesn't let them talk. I let Speakeasy finish whenever Ryan tells me to. I let Speakeasy ramble for as long as he wants, just making sure we all keep this pointed out. Now, again, there are very clearly pragmatic reasons for these things, insofar as these people are voters with interest in being able to do these things. We have things like decriminalization of very small amounts of shoplifting, because these are pragmatic means to keeping these people alive. We don't value the morality there. Another case where we turn morality on its head in favor of pragmatism is cheating. Cheating is immoral under basically every worldview. Even like the most hardcore libertarian, you're violating the contract with your partner that you are not going to cheat on them, that you're going to be faithful to them. And this is not something that you are going to be legally liable for. No one is arrested for cheating in America or in Canada because we value legal pragmatism. We do not value legal moralism. He's saying we should be, but again, that's just showing the case of us not valuing legal moralism. Speaking.
Wait.
You are not engaging in the argument.
Wait, it's not about pragmatism.
Can I finish?
An argument you just.
Oh, you're not done. I'm sorry. Corinth. If you
I wasn't done. I wasn't done. I was like in the middle of talking when he talks in.
I apologize.
So in all the case, we already went through the homeless example now of it being legal pragmatically justified. We went through the old people example of being pragmatically justified. Speakeasy is again not going to address either of these things. He's going to just repeat the fact that he thinks that they are this case. Now, again, I'm not going to deny that Speakeasy said that laws are based on morality. I even acknowledged in my argument that I expected him to do these things. The issue is he's not justified why these things are the case. He's made vague appeals. He's made arguments from ignorance insofar as, well, Corinth in the middle of my sentence isn't giving me the defeater for this thing. He's not telling me the cases of this not happening. In fact, Speakeasy's not making any sort of argument in favor of these things. That's not trivially fallacious. On the few cases, he's not just merely asserting it.
Okay, let him
if you keep saying it, it might become true. Maybe some people believe that's true, but like most people are gonna watch this and see what's actually happening. So
if only you could understand irony, Speakeasy.
Bullshit
let him respond.
Right? You were the one who said we can't get oughts from is, but you keep telling me how it is, and that's why it ought be. Your arguments are just baby brain.
Straw man.
Okay? All those babies that you want to abort are more intelligent than you, my friend.
Ad hominem.
Okay? That's right.
Remember when I said he
yeah.
couldn't make a trivially
about it.
non-fallacious
Okay,
argument?
let him.
About it.
He does
let
two
him,
of them
like-
back to back.
Corinth,
Like-
let him go.
You say non-trivial, non-fallacious. It wasn't fallacious argument when I bring up the fact that we don't let people just murk out people who are inconvenient to us because it'd be pragmatic.
You haven't
You're
substantiated
saying
why
that's
that's
a
pragmatic.
fallacious argument?
You haven't substantiated why that's pragmatic. That's not an argument, so it wouldn't be a fallacious argument. It's just a mere assertion, which is the thing I'm contending with you, Speakeasy. You're not making arguments. You are just asserting things. That is what I'm saying, and then you just reaffirm you are just asserting the thing in question.
I thought the pragmatism of having less people homeless and living off of government funding.
I gave you the reason why this is pragmatically unjustified.
I thought
I already gave you this argument.
All right, you don't want to listen, dude.
He's like, I already gave you the argument. He's just pivoting.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He's just looping and pivoting. He did the thing I predicted, where I said, "Hey, I already gave him the defeater for this case."
If he hang on, Corinth. If he is looping and pivoting, let him do it, and then you can respond to it. Right?
That's why it should be this way. That's your whole argument tonight. That's all you've been saying.
Straw man again.
This is how it is, and that's why it should be this way.
Straw man again.
Okay, you can say it's a straw man, but it's clear.
I can clarify for you if you think that's my view. Again, I'm arguing descriptively within our legal system, because our legal system has baked in oughts to it. Our current legal system descriptively holds to a normative statement. That's going to be the ought that we're deriving the other oughts from, Speakeasy. It's not a mere is statement. It's an is with the ought loaded into it.
I'm gonna. I think we've been going for about an hour now. So if you guys wanna get into closing statements, who would like to go first?
Yeah, I don't mind who goes first.
Corinth, do you have a preference?
Generally, I think debate formats are like first person to open goes last. That tends to be like.
I forgot already. Who went first?
I went first.
Okay, so speak easy. You go first with the closing statement. Go ahead.
Yeah, so as you see, okay, everybody who's been here from the start clearly realizes what happened here. Corinth heard my opening argument, and I've designed my opening statement for these abortion debates to make sure that there's nothing that doesn't get addressed. So he thought that telling me he values legal pragmatism and things are this way, so they should just stay this way, was going to be a really good argument. And his whole point here was clearly just to waste time because he has no actual fucking stance on abortion. He doesn't even know why he believes we should be able to kill babies. He's just doing this just for maybe shock value or some things like this. But again, it's very simple, all right? Abortion is murder, all right? Human life starts at conception, and it's innocent human life, has done nothing wrong, okay? Hasn't broken any crimes, hasn't caused anyone intentional harms, nothing like this, okay? The viability argument will never fucking stand on any fucking grounds, so it doesn't, using viability is a dumb argument. This is why he knew he couldn't go this way, because it's just a circular argument. If I say that I value viability because that's when you can survive, and you can survive, that's when you're viable. He knew that's where he'd have to go with it, and that's why he didn't address that. And he didn't address the bodily autonomy. He brought it up for a second, but then when we started getting into it, he obfuscated again, because again, stupid fucking argument, makes no sense. And this is acting as if a baby is a parasite that broke into the mother's fucking womb and started living there or something. All right. Obviously, abortion is wrong. Corinth knows it deep down, and that's why he came here to waste everybody's fucking time tonight. But I thank you, Coder, for hosting it anyways.
Thank you. Speakeasy. Corinth, your closing statement.
So I think the most telling part about that closer is not one time did he justify why it should be illegal. The argument today wasn't about the morality of abortion. It was about should abortion remain illegal. Again, in my opener, I affirmed that I'm going to be arguing that regardless of the moral status of this action, it should remain legal based descriptively on our system. If we want to affirm a different system, a different legal system, a different governmental system, we can have that argument. We can argue what system we should have in place that would then justify these laws as not obtaining. Speakeasy did not contend with any of this. Speakeasy fell right into the part that I accurately predicted for my opener, that he wouldn't follow the distinction between jurisprudence of legal moralism and law themselves. There's going to be things like the open-ended question where if we say laws are going to be identical to morals in the ideal world, we can even put this as the ideal system. What makes these two intertwined? If these two things are identical, there'd be a clear intertwining. This doesn't obtain. Now it's just going to be the case that every time Speakeasy asked for a reason to reject moral, legal moralism, I gave him a case. I gave him multiple laws that are not moral laws, that he conceded are not moral laws, and he refused to give any case as to why we should hold to legal moralism in this particular case of abortion. He utterly refused to. He said a lot of times that these two things are intertwined, these two things are identical. He never gave the justification for these things. And I'd ask anyone to look and see, did Speakeasy make an argument or just a claim at any point in this debate?
All right.
That's the end of it.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any super chats to read out to you guys, but I did have one question that Lataviant in my chat was trying to clarify. So let me see if I can pull that up. He says, Radical Coder, the primary disagreement is over what system of jurisprudence for the law we have. You should ask Speakeasy what sort of jurisprudence is applying to zoning laws. And then, yeah, so let's start there. If you want to do one final thing for that, I don't really have any other special questions.
Yeah,
if you guys want to do that,
like I said, with the zoning laws, this may be a pragmatic law, but it wouldn't interfere with the moral laws, right? Our moral laws outweigh our pragmatic laws. So I've pointed that out many times. So
you've asserted it. Cheating is a case that was pointed out to reject this statement that
not
you
everyone
didn't even
thinks
contend
it's
with. You just said
immoral
it
to cheat,
shouldn't
though.
be.
hang
So
on.
not everyone thinks it's immoral
there was
to
a
cheat.
follow-up. I guess that's true, but there's a follow-up for Corinth that says, and then it also true. And then if Corinth can provide a pragmatic,
to get into that,
a pragmatic legal basis for laws that covers both the zoning laws example and the murder example. And he says, but Speakeasy can only justify the murder example. Isn't Corinth's more comprehensive? That's what
sorry,
Lataviant
say
says.
that. Say
yeah. So he says,
the
and then
second part again.
he says, but Speakeasy can only justify the murder example. Isn't Corinth's more comprehensive? And just to be clear, just to reiterate what he said about Corinth, he said, if Corinth can provide a pragmatic legal basis for laws that covers both the zoning laws example and the murder example, is what he's contrasting. If Corinth's can address both of those and yours can only justify murder, would that make Corinth's more comprehensive? That's what he's asking.
Well, that's the whole point. When it comes to murder, that's a legal moralism. We don't have a law against murder because it's pragmatic. That's not the reason we have a law.
Uh-oh.
Pragmatic
Is
justification
that the
against murder.
You're going to give me the pragmatic reason we have a law against
Go
murder?
first for a second, but go
yeah,
ahead,
sure.
Corinth,
So I can give you directly a pragmatic governmental interest. So the government, insofar as get children going to school, going to using roads, all these things, they have a large interest in keeping people alive for longer times to get more tax dollars from them. You personally, pragmatically, have an interest in murder laws not being there because you can be killed by someone stronger than you. Only one person in the world who is the strongest will not have the pragmatic interest in murder being illegal because everyone else, there's going to be a case of someone that can kill them. So this is just pragmatic reasoning to not be in favor of murder legally.
Wrong. There would be plenty of reason to be in favor of killing illegal immigrants first. And
like what? What pragmatic reason?
Oh, the government can't keep track of them.
That's not pragmatic reason to kill them.
They're not actually contributing to
we would need
society.
to keep track of them to kill them. Speakeasy. There's an internal contradiction there.
Did you?
They're providing to society insofar as they're paying property taxes, insofar as they're providing labor.
It's not that good of a voice, though, bro. Just saying.
You guys are just talking about okay.
I'm just giving the reasons why he's listening are just factually incorrect.
Mm-hmm. You're just talking while people talk, so they can't say anything.
Because when I talk, it matters. When you talk, it doesn't. Speakeasy. We've been over this already. Maybe you should try active listening.
Your cat. Like, what are you talking about? When you talk, it matters.
Yeah, I say things that matter. You don't say things that matter. That's the
Who?
difference between us, Speakeasy.
Who does what you say
I say
matter
things
to?
that are
All right,
relevant. You
we're
say
not
things
gonna
that
we're
aren't.
not gonna spend the last minute
Who's
here
it matter
just
to? Your
jabbing.
cat, bro? Fuck you talking about?
You guys are scaring
Talking
Umbi.
about you have friends. Only
What
friends
you
you've
s-
ever seen is
Okay, you're right.
online.
I
You
should be
fucking
nicer.
pussy. Shut up.
Speakeasy, I'm sure what you say matters
Shut
on
up,
Cell
man.
Block
Shut
State.
up.
Okay.
Shut up.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
sure that
Corinth.
all the homies that are holding the handkerchief are
Corinth.
Jail
respecting you.
simple.
Corinth,
Never
where can the
been to
people
jail.
find you? Where can the people find
Sounds
you,
like
Corinth?
projection.
YouTube.com/Corinthia.
Okay, I'll post the link in the chat as well. And Speakeasy, where can people find you?
It's a Speakeasy on YouTube. A lot of people say that when you search "escape" with Speakeasy, it comes up easier. But yeah, it's Speakeasy on YouTube. Do everything
enough.
over there: debates, reviews, panel smashes, all that.
All right. Well, I appreciate both of you letting me moderate this tonight. I hope you had a decent time. I tried to remain neutral. I don't think my biases actually came out very much in this conversation. And you know, it was interesting. This was a little bit different than a lot of abortion debates. Obviously, we focused a bunch on like kind of theory of legality. I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know if you guys can hear Umbreon freaking the fuck out, but he is sobbing right now. So I'm gonna address that. But I appreciate both of you being here, and you have a wonderful evening. I'm probably gonna hop over to Sarah the Raging Tomatoes channel and fight about white privilege after I address the sobbing dog in the corner of my room.
All right, Base. I might see you over there, or I'm gonna have an open panel, so you're welcome to come by if I have one open.
Sounds good. Appreciate
I'll
both
be
of
heading
you.
over there too. See ya.
Take
All
care.
right, easy.
Umbreon, my boy. Or my dog. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna grab him. Also, there was a brief moment where my whole chat highlight thing stopped working for a minute, but it seems to have started again. No, we're not doing an open panel here tonight, unfortunately. Oh. I saw Latavian was in the waiting room for a second, but unfortunately I'm probably gonna hop over to Sarah's stream in a moment, so I might take a kind of a quick break here. Let me kind of read through some of these other chats now that they're starting to pop up again. So real quick, what is Umbi's stance on this? He is extremely upset about it, as you can all hear. He's been sobbing for the past 5 minutes. Yeah, thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks a lot. You're embarrassing me. Yeah, very embarrassing. Kind of rude. Kind of a rude little weenie, if you ask me. So Umbi's thoughts are I'm Umbreon. But yeah, if anyone touches Umbi, we do go John Wick. That's true. Let's see. I'm not gonna go into all the personal memes. I don't really care about all that. But yes, of course, inquisitive archivist. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. A couple Burke says abortion isn't legal moralizing. Either it doesn't impose beliefs on others, it upholds rights, autonomy, and well-being based on evidence, not ideology. Let's see. I know, buddy. I know. You're so tortured. So tortured. Let me see if I want to go through some of these. I want to read through some of these I don't care about as much. Studies show liking and subscribing to this stream repairs brain cells. That's true. Many studies have shown this. It is actually one of the few exceptions to the replicability crisis that we have in the social sciences. Fortunately, this has been one that every single study about this has resulted in the same massive growth of brain cells, all just by liking the Radical Coder stream. No, sir. No, sir. Shouldn't have. He's gonna go poop in the fucking hallway now. Let's see. Studies also show that it can take 3 to 5 years for repair to be evident. No, it's actually very rapid. Rapid brain cell growth will appear when you like the Radical Coder stream. He already got beat up by a cat. Did you guys hear that yap? He's been out there for 10 seconds and he already got smacked around by a cat. Umbreon's stance on this is to be cuddly, so not a very strong stance at all. Cuddly and whiny. Cuddly and very whiny. Very, very whiny. These expressions. He does have the best expressions. He's phenomenal. 2 parts bashful and 3 parts treat. Treat? Treat question mark? Inquisitive Archivist also has a weenie dog. I love that. We love weenie dogs here. They are the best. The best dogs. And again, I think that I don't know what I probably have to set up like a. There's like a free limit for the YouTube API quota API that I'm using, and I switched Google accounts so I could have more, but I guess we went through them all. I'm not sure how to expand on that. I'll have to investigate what I have to do with my account. Maybe I have to connect a card or something. But unfortunately, that's the limit of my my live chat being expanded. So let me pop over here. No open panel. Yeah, no open panel for now. Umbi was not waiting for his turn to talk. Catherine says a woman in Texas died from an ectopic pregnancy because she wasn't allowed hospital care. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I was really hoping to get into more. That kind of, I mean, that would be like the legal pragmatism around this, right? Melanie says Joe Lewis is more proof that DGE orbiters, past and present, are anti-leftist, so they're anti-populist and shoot themselves in the foot. Just more vocal now than before. Joe Lewis, interesting. I'll have to go over there and see that. That's an interesting take. He has been giving me some anti-leftist, aggressively anti-leftist vibes. I'm not grouchy. Let's see. Infallible Foul said I liked early on. I think I got a bit ahead of myself though. That's pretty funny. Vikram says Ryan should watch Ballerina. Interesting. Couple of Burks says I got really into this debate. Good job, Ryan. Thank you so much, Couple of Burks. Appreciate you. Z King says, did you see the Epstein victim press conference? Thoughts on the White House response? What do you think will happen? I did not see the fallout of that. I heard there was a press conference. I haven't looked into anything after that yet. So, Ballerina is a John Wick spin-off movie based on I haven't seen any of the John Wick movies. Good to see you, Beef Torkhunk. Hi, Beef Torkhunk, and hi, chat. There's a limit. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's understandable because they like there's a limit of like they don't want me just like having constant API calls to the YouTube API and just like bogging it up for no reason. Like I probably have to apply for an expanded or connect a credit card or something. And I'm just like I have the free, basically the whatever the demo the getting started quota. That's what it's called. The getting started quota. I've already overstayed my. Let's see. Brianna's just passionate about abortion. OMG, he responded. Yes. Joe Lewis, a streamer. Listen, I'm a Joe Lewis defender. Maybe not current Joe Lewis, but I am a past Joe Lewis defender. But yes, that Joe Lewis. Let's see. I lost hope in that orbit other than Pisco if we still count him. Yeah, I feel that. I'm on the Pisco train in general. I think I don't know if I can say I guess Tom Fuller is also an orbiter a little bit. I mean, he's his own small planet in that. But I appreciate Tom even though I have issues with a lot of his takes sometimes. I think he's I think his analysis is generally fair. But yeah, I prefer Pisco's like the best of us, you know. Pisco's the best of us as far as I'm concerned. A lot of the Destiny orbit is not. Yeah, I have fully distanced myself from the Destiny orbit for the most part. I mean, I guess I talked to Erudite like a few weeks ago, but I was trying to fight with her at least. Oh, Ryan, I asked, should I watch Ballerina? Oh, I don't know, dude. Joe Lewis says he's anti-liberal. I don't know how to deal with that. Well, I might be anti-liberal in a sense, right? As someone left of liberal. So I don't know if he comes from from a left of liberal place or a like a critique of liberalism. Like, I don't know exactly where he's coming from, but apparently the panel is open, so I might hop on shortly. Yes, justice for Econoboy. Justice for Econoboy. Real. Econoboy is a real one. We love Econoboy here. I'm a big Econoboy fan, personally. Love Econoboy. I was having a good day so far, but now that I know Joe Lewis is anti-liberal, I am deeply sad. How will I process this information? Yeah, it's over. Tom is going to be wild in this discount retirement home. I can't with Tom anymore. I get it. You say, I sincerely doubt you're anti-liberal. Depends on what you mean. I'm going to take a brief break. Maybe I'll play some tunes. Like, we'll listen to some anti-Trump tunes. If you don't mind liking the stream, support the stream, get a membership. Super chats are appreciated as well. All that jazz. But then I'm going to hop on to the Raging Tomato. But let me, real quick, pull up like Suno. No, poor Umbreon.
Shifting sand, accountability, a fading word, the truth distorted, barely heard. He shields himself, a king's disguise, while democracy slowly dies. No policy, no left or right, just shadows creeping in the night. He's not above, he's not the law, a broken system destined to fall. Prices soar, empty pockets wanting more. Lies abandoned, left to bleed, while autocrats plant their wicked seed. From border walls to broken trust, a nation's spirit turned to dust. The silenced voices start to rise, reflecting anger in their eyes. Is this the land where freedom rings, or just the echo of puppet strings? He rewrites rules, a tyrant's hand, across the nation, shifting sand. Accountability, a fading word, the truth distorted, barely heard. He shields himself, a king's disguise, while democracy slowly dies. No policy, no left or right, just shadows creeping in the night. He's not above, he's not the law, a broken system destined to fall. From pardoned rioters to stolen rights, he fuels the darkness, ignites the fights. A predator's smile, a knowing glance. He dances on a fragile chance, but whispers turn to roaring sounds. Truth and justice are unbound. Accountability, a fading word, the truth distorted, barely heard. He shields himself, a king's disguise, while democracy slowly dies. No policy, no left or right, just shadows creeping in the night. He's not above, destined to fall. He's not above, he's not the law. Time is coming for us all. Think I should be okay? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. I've been waiting here for days. You say don't go, don't go, don't.
Honestly, I'm feeling sweeter than ice cream and Skittles. Haven't tried, but bet I could learn the fiddle. If I'm too mean, choose the median, the middle. Oh, hang on, Umbrian, want some kibble? Here's a bit more from my brain, just a little. Reincarnating Kafka, cucumber to a pickle. When life gives you lemons, give life a little nibble. And a nickel, thanks life. What about you? Enough about me. Tell me what you do and where you wanna be. What about you? Do you have the time? Tell me your story and I'll tell you mine. So cool, I can make it snow in the Everglades, but I would never do that to the Everglades. 'Cause I love gators. Stars line up, write my name in the sky, and I've been thinking yours might look good beside it. Each time I blink, wish you could see my eyelids. We could go for miles, I don't care where the miles is. Sometimes I say too much, sometimes too little. Sometimes my lines don't rhyme and I think that's okay. What about you? Enough about me. Tell me what you do and where you wanna be. What about you? Do we have the time? I got a new plan, fresh blueprint, clear foundation. Feeling this frequency, please do not change the station. You and me, we could be the talk of the nation. Walk into any room, stand in ovation. 'Cause I've got big plans, you should try to see them. Look in your eyes, looking like you're trying to be them. But let's pull it back like I just reached for a new one. Folks can use equations, but don't know how to prove them. See, I'm trying to show the globe the code, going node to node. Shouts to Archibald, he got the kid involved. Now I can spread the word to the ones who wasn't called. Ops try to pull me apart like monkey bread, but I zombified the game, raise it from the dead. Do this, do that. Now I'm doing me instead. Last one on earth that you could spell out with a G-O to the A to the what? To the T. What about you? Enough about me. Tell me what you do and where you wanna be. What about you? Do we have the time? Tell me, babe, do you like red or white Yeah, yeah. In the store like yeah, yeah. Money long like yeah, yeah. Lights flash like yeah, yeah, yeah. Once or twice been there. Spoke the truth now, yeah, yeah. Standing tall like yeah, 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 yeah. Can't stop me now. I stop my wrong ways now. I know they watching. I could do it right and thank the Lord every night. And I don't like to stand in the line. VIP when you see me slide, or that 10 black coupe when I ride. Hand on the wheel, other hand on your thigh. Yeah, yeah. In the store like yeah, yeah. Money long like yeah, yeah. Lights flash like yeah, yeah, yeah. Once or twice been there. Spoke the truth now, yeah, yeah. Standing tall like yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it, I'm moving, I'm focused. Got no TikTok on, but I keep on going. No e-brake on when I'm rolling. I heard that
but your bitch just keeps on joining. I say damn, no heroin, I don't want no friends, and I stay down every day and I'll be down to the end. Went night to the day, pay dues, cash them in. Loyalty gets respect, I'ma stand on my 10. And I was lying in the back, can't keep it where my gat's at. I'm still moving around, backpack, double R, my hatchback. Rolling with that strap out, gotta keep my bag out. Cashing out, racks out, moving fast now. We were up for days straight, can't go back to the ways. Pay homage when I say I know I'm on my way. Faded, 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 go. I've been running fast since I came out the grove.
All right. I just want to say real quick, shouts out to everyone who received one of my monthly gifted memberships. I just remembered I had 10 of these for the month of September, so I wanted to throw them out there. It is my birthday month, so I really appreciate all of the support that we've gotten on the channel in the past few months. I appreciate all of you joining, all of the new subscribers, all of the old subscribers, all of my mods, everyone. I just wanted to, I'm glad I can spread the love a little bit without having to spend any money on it. We even have a cute new Umbricon. It's an actual Umbreon icon. It goes along with the baby Umbreon. Very cute, very cute. We even have a Lil Coder, who is it was an AI generated Lil Coder, but I like to all those songs, all those Suno songs. I put them under the artist name Lil Coder, so that's him. That's Lil Coder. He is artist of the century. Taylor Swift, you better watch your back, girl. Okay. We also have the Shrek Care emote. Yes, we love the Umbricon. Thank you, Beef. Thank you, Fluzzy. Fluzzy is such a huge supporter of this channel. Thank you so much, Fluzzy. Always sharing the stream, even if I forget to post in the in my Discord. Fluzzy often does. Although I've been pretty good about it recently, so she hasn't had to. But seriously, I appreciate Fluzzy so much. I'm actually not a Virgo, Catherine. Actually, not a Virgo. I'm on the cusp. My birthday is September 23rd, so I'm actually the first of the Libras. Although, you know, people could argue that I'm Virgo depending on the horoscope you're looking at, but I'm definitely a Libra. As far as I understand space racism, I am 100% Libra. It is a very, very good archetypical description of me, at least. I'm debating whether I'm just gonna pull up Sarah's stream or StreamYard. Hell yeah, Libra gang. Libra gang. Libra gang up bigly. We love Libra gang here. But yeah, I'm debating whether I'm just going to pull up Sarah's stream or if I'm going to end raid over to her and then like restream from her StreamYard. I guess let me first hop over there or like open up that on the stream so I can see what's even going on. Yes, Libra. Look at Tom Fuller with the 641 watching doing his subathon. Love that for him. W Tom Foolery. I don't know how long he's going. Maybe if we stay live long enough, we can get that big major Tom Foolery raid. That'd be nice. Last time Ryan said he'd be right back, I stayed awake all night watching his YouTube all the way for 2 days before he streamed again. Don't trust him. That's crazy. That's crazy. Vikram's a real one, though. Vikram's a real fan. Who would sit there for 2 days waiting for me? Very few folks.
Hunger Nine.
All right, looks like there is room on this channel. Looks like Corinth is also there. Oh no, Umbria's starting to cry again. Okay, let's see. We get rid of that and we switch. Fantastic pause here. Let's click on the open panel. Yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna raid over there, and then I'm going to jump into the StreamYard and immediately start restreaming. So just hang tight. You will all be over in Sarah's chat, but since I'll be starting to restream, you can also come back here afterwards. But we'll all be yeah. So just let's do. Let me make sure I saved those settings. Okay, stream, save. Sarah. Okay. You are on your way. You are on your way. Thank you all so much. I'll see you soon. Thank you all again and again and again.